Uh, Before we dive into this article, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to support our content. And as a child of immigrants who grew up watching Disney movies, I can vividly remember the excitement and joy I felt when Aladdin was released. It was the first Disney film that featured non-white characters as leads, and it filled me with a sense of pride and representation. However, as I've grown older and more aware of the world around me, I've come to understand the flaws in this beloved classic. Uh, Aladdin, a beloved animated film from Disney's 90s Renaissance, has its fair share of issues that are often overlooked. Uh, the portrayal of Arab culture in the movie is questionable, with inaccuracies and misrepresentations being prevalent. Characters like Aladdin, the genie, the magic carpet, and Princess Jasmine may be iconic, but the film unfortunately reinforces stereotypes and whitewashes the Middle Eastern narrative, presenting only superficial Arab elements such as clothing and exaggerated accents. Being one of the earliest attempts Disney made to diversify its stories, Aladdin made many mistakes. But through these lessons, the studio also rose to be stronger and more of culturally aware articles have, which will write about and will actually bring into more city or not only is Aladdin one of the most revisited legacy films by Disney, but it's also a founding stone in helping Disney understand uh, cultural appropriation in diverse stories. In a set of Middle Eastern folktales known as 1001 Nights, which was translated into French by Antoine Galland, you'll find the tale of Aladdin as interestingly, this story wasn't part of the original collection. Galland encountered it from a Syrian storyteller and chose to incorporate it into his translation. Over time, the story of Aladdin has grown in popularity, becoming one of the most frequently reinterpreted fairy tales worldwide. Uh, the animated movie Aladdin was a pioneer as it introduced non-white characters in lead roles for Disney, marking their initial step towards diversity. However, being their first attempt, the movie Aladdin made several errors, criticized heavily for its questionable representation of Arab characters and distorted portrayal of Middle Eastern scenery and architecture. The film faced a significant backlash. Since its debut, it has been criticized for Orientalism and the whitewashing of the storyline. Uh, it's significant that the studio isn't attempting to hide the movie, suggesting their dedication to accountability and change. However, this doesn't diminish the problematic aspects of Aladdin, and the film remains offensive in its essence as it skillfully weaves an engaging narrative and creates captivating characters uh, in a more simplified and natural way. One could say Aladdin employs rather questionable tactics to distinguish good characters from supposed bad ones. For instance, Aladdin and Jasmine are barely accented, and their features appear closer to typical Disney characters who are often white. Conversely, Jafar is heavily accentuated with an Arabic dialect, and his villainous nature is emphasized through physical traits that stereotypically represent an Arab. The same issue arises with Jasmine's father, as he is portrayed unfavorably due to being too trusting of Jafar. Moreover, the musical sequences appear to have no connection whatsoever with Arabic culture. Uh, Instead, they portray a rather distorted image, barely attempting to accurately depict Arab dance or music. Uh, these scenes resemble a misguided attempt at Bollywood style dancing, but fall short even of that mark. From the inappropriate architectural designs to the over the top caricatures of villainous and unsympathetic characters, it seems as though Aladdin was merely playing dress up, with no real attempt to authentically represent the culture it so desperately tries to portray. In the Disney movie Aladdin, some viewers might find the plot somewhat stereotypical or lacking diversity. The story revolves around Aladdin, a street urchin who doubts his worthiness to win Princess Jasmine's heart because of his humble origins and lack of wealth, um, despite being transformed into a prince by the genie. Aladdin continues to grapple with feelings of inadequacy. Um, However, it appears that the act of winning over girls by offering them a magical ride is more characteristic of America than anything else. Additionally, it seems to portray Princess Jasmine as someone who values material possessions like Prince Ali's magic carpet over getting to know him personally. This transformation noticeably undermines Princess Jasmine's portrayal as a powerful female character who elects to marry voluntarily rather than having her father decide her fate through an arranged marriage. On the contrary, both the genie and the enchanted carpet are charming in their own ways. The genie, although morally ambiguous, possesses a heart of kindness, but is bound by magic to fulfill others' wishes, regardless of their nature. Uh, um, the enchanted carpet, on the other hand, exhibits a unique personality following Aladdin and his monkey, Abu, candidly. Uh, in an interesting twist from the traditional Aladdin tale, the film highlights that granting wishes can be dangerous rather than a big deal, focusing instead on the theme of acceptance. Aladdin struggles with self doubt because he's just a street kid who falls for a princess, even though he has everything he desires. It doesn't boost his confidence. And what he truly needs is to embrace who he is rather than making choices based on fear and insecurity. Jafar's three wishes are cunning, but he faces the repercussions of his wish to become the most powerful person alive. By transforming into a genie, Jafar ends up trapped inside an oil lamp, doomed to grant others wishes for eternity. It appears that Aladdin was initially intended for a primarily local audience, but unexpectedly, it became an international sensation, outperforming its projected success. Despite its global impact and financial success, earning $504 million at the box office in 1992, the film's creation lacked cultural sensitivity, with some negative portrayals of Arab culture that are now seen as deeply offensive and hurtful. Recognizing this, Disney has made efforts over the past 3 decades to improve their representation of diverse cultures. Today, the Magic Kingdom skillfully weaves authentic tales from diverse global locales, leveraging the talents and creativity of individuals hailing from various cultural backdrops. This rich tapestry of storytelling, be it animation or live action, reflects a deep respect and admiration for the sources of inspiration. Looking back, Aladdin served as a crucial milestone, albeit a challenging one, in fostering cultural sensitivity, a dialogue that remains pertinent in today's society. Um, as Disney's first film to center non-white protagonists, it paved the path for many more to follow. Not only has the studio undergone significant transformation over the past few decades, but it also strives to keep evolving positively. And on that note, I'll leave you with a joke. Why did the genie go to therapy? And because it was feeling a little boxed in. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.